Hey there, stampers and crafters. My name is Tami White from stampwithtami.com, and welcome to our Tuesday online class where we are going to be playing with the most adorable stamp set in the catalog. We are playing with the Animal Outings stamp set. Okay, there might be some competition for the most adorable stamp set in the catalog. I do have to shout that out. This could be subject to opinion and it could change in time, but I absolutely love this stamp set. I love the giraffe the most because I'm a big fan of giraffes. And this is just so adorable to work with. I'm really excited to do these cards today. I actually had this card ready Friday, and then Paper Pumpkin came in and I couldn't contain myself. And so we did Paper Pumpkin and moved this class to today. So looking forward to doing this stamping. Welcome aboard, everybody. It's great to see you guys. While you're popping on, I'll talk to you a little bit about what we're giving away today. This is a live online class. We are live on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. On my Facebook page, Stamp with Tami and number 1 is my Facebook page, and on my Stamp with Tami YouTube channel. So simultaneously, both places, same time. Not sure how that's all working, but it's working. Somehow I see comments everywhere, and if you have questions, this is a great way to get your questions answered as they pertain to this class. One of the beautiful things about being live. The other one of the many other beautiful things about being live is I have goodies for you. So just a little thank you and a way of giving back. I have giveaways with every online class, and so today I'm giving away at the end of this episode a Lovely Wishes and a Tranquil Tulip stamp set. And the Tranquil Tulips is retired. I don't think Lovely Wishes is yet, but I have 2 of these to give away free. All you need to do is enter. To enter is to leave a comment here on this video. Now, I'm also giving away a complete bundle, the Animal Outing stamp set and the framelits. We're not actually using the framelits today. We could be using the framelits today, but I didn't. And anyways, so I'm giving away that complete bundle. Absolutely free to one commenter on this video if you're live. Now, I'm also at the 10-minute mark of this video. For those of you who pop in early and start watching from the beginning, I am giving away the very coveted pop-up scrap bin. This is a Stampin' Up, beautiful Stampin' Up logo scrap bin. They fold up nice and flat. They're great to have on the craft table, great to have in the car, great to have everywhere. Everybody loves these guys. So at the 10-minute mark, if you've left a comment, I'm going to draw the first winner, and then I'll draw the other 3 winners at the end of this episode. And if you're not one of the lucky winners of the early bird or the drawings at the end, or if you weren't able to watch us live, which I know a lot of you, it just doesn't work. We are worldwide when I'm here on Facebook and YouTube, and so obviously our time zones don't always sync up, and you know our work schedules don't always sync up. So if you are not able to watch the live, I'm giving away an after live, which is an entire bundle, a second entire bundle to one lucky winner, and you enter the same way. Now, a bonus for those of you who are live, if you didn't win a live, your comments are automatically entered into the afterlive. Now, the bonus with the live, with the afterlive drawing is that if you share this broadcast onto a social media platform, you share this video onto Facebook or Pinterest, and you type into the original video here on Facebook or YouTube, and you type in there that you shared it with a D, shared with a D, because I search on that actual word shared. I will enter you a second time into that afterlife drawing. And the afterlife drawing will be July 3rd, day before the 4th. I can get that one out. So good luck to all of you. And yay, Michelle, she's going to join today. That is very exciting. I'm very excited for you. I can't think of a more exciting thing except maybe getting your actual demonstrator kit in the mail. That's pretty exciting. That's better than Christmas, I think. So anyways, while you guys are popping on board, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's happening in Stampin' World. So I call this the Be in the Know section, just to keep you kind of up to date so that nobody misses out on any good deals or specials or happenings in Stampin' World. So a few things have just happened. The 1st and the 16th of every month, I release a hostess code, and tied to that, I have 2 bonus ordering tutorials. One for any size order, even if it's $5, $10, no matter what. I'm going to give you a set of how-to tutorials on how to use, different card ideas for a stamp set. And if you place a $50 order with that hostess code or more, using that hostess code, You also get a bonus additional card collection tutorial of how to make cards. So right now, my $50 bonus card tutorial gift is the animal outing. So I have 4 awesome cards, really cool. Also using these blends for the animal outing set. If you place an order in my online store using that hostess code of $50 or more. And just a note, if your order's over $150, and I know that's easy to do with the new catalog, I also don't use that code because it's automatic. You will automatically get everything. But under that, you want to use the code. So these are just a little closer look at some of what's in those 2 collections. They are PDF tutorials, and the bonus $50 one even has photo step-by-step instructions, and the other one has step-by-step instructions as well. So they're great little bonuses. Also, new catalogs out. These are all new stamp sets from the new catalog. If you're living under a rock and kind of missed that or haven't gotten yours yet, I have information on my blog on how to get your free catalog from me, how to get a catalog from me. Also, you can view it online, and you can purchase these supplies in my online store. And now here's the biggie. This is also brand new as of the 16th of the month. I am offering a very special bonus. If you place a $50 order or more in my online store, I'm giving you a package of pink rhinestone gems. These things are the bomb. They're brand new in the new catalog. Absolutely love them. So that goes until the 30th of the month. You can order anything you want in my online store. You will also get those 2 free tutorials as long as you use this hostess code. The hostess code is there. It's also on my blog on the specials page. All tied to that. So make sure you use it unless your order is over 150. But this I'll be sending out separately from your order. And all the information's on my blog. And there are links, no matter what channel you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, or even if you're watching it on Pinterest, there are links that link back to the resource page of this video. And all the information is there. I have it all there. It's also linked on my specials page of my stampwithtami.com blog. Some more exciting news that's happening in Stamping World. Stamparatus is now available. We've been waiting for this for a long time. I'm going to be using it today. I am addicted to it. I can't stop using it. I know everybody loves this guy. It has been a huge popular hit. We've waited a long time for it. They announced it back in December, and then some people were able to get it early, and now it's available to everybody. So that's exciting. And one more thing in the news. And that is my grab bag special. If you love everything in the new catalog, but you're on a budget and you want a budget, but you still want the perks of either having a workshop or, placing a big order, but aren't able to do that, this is a great program I run called my Online VIP Club. It contains exclusive videos just like this one. Every month, I do 3 exclusive projects just for my club members. Plus, I add 20 card tutorials to a special site for them, just for them to get ideas and learn how to do stuff and learn how to be inspired and learn how to use the products and learn how to have different ideas for their stamp sets. I also, at the end of your 1-year membership, you get $30 free. Right now, you get a free grab bag if you join before the end of the month. So that's my little gift to you, especially with the new catalog coming out. You also get free catalogs automatically from me. So that's another little perk. So exciting. Information on this is all on my stampwithtami.com blog. Click the link in this video's description. All right, so that's what's happening in the know. This is the stamp set that we're going to be playing with today. It is called the Animal Outing. There is a matching framelit set. I'm going to just be using the stamp set today, but the framelits, they go with it great. And they're fun to work with as well. You'll see them in my my tutorial if you're lucky enough to get that free tutorial from me this month. They'll be using it there, and I'll also be using it some upcoming cards on my blog. And at the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing some more ideas with this stamp set that also share the that framelit. So the bundle is a great deal. So stay tuned to the end for that, as well as the list of winners. All right, and with that, it is now time for our early bird drawing. Can you believe it? Man, time just flies. Seriously, it flies. I get on here and I'm like, oh my gosh, we're like, seriously, we're done, and I feel like we just got started. But it is one of my favorite things, and I love being able to share and give things away. So for our early bird, we are giving away a pop-up scrap bin right here. This is very fun. If you've left a comment so far, you are automatically entered to win. We're going to pop on over to our giveaway site and see if we can find our post in here. Make sure we're on the right one for you guys. All right, so good luck to everybody. You probably have about a second left if you haven't left your comment. to be entered to win this. And all right, there we are. The first winner of the Pop-Up Scrap-In Early Bird Special Drawing goes to Casey Forder. Congratulations, Casey. All right. She wants to make sure her friend Ann is watching as well. All right, Ann, we hope you're watching too. Casey, congratulations. Be sure to fill out the prize claim form that is listed there's a link in this video's description, or go to stampwithtami.com and click on the tab that says winners and contests, and there's a prize claim form there as well. And I will get this right off to you. All right, so now it's time for stamping. Yay. Okay. I'm going to, we have 2 cards to make today. And these are our 2 cards. I love them. I had these all ready for Friday. I couldn't wait to do it, but oh my gosh, you know, you get so excited, especially when those paper pumpkin kits come in. So I couldn't wait to open it. So it was killing me to wait to do this till today, but somehow I managed to make it happen. So we're using the Animal Outing stamp set today, and it does have a matching framelit that I don't have opened with me. I do have one that I'm giving away, but I don't want to open that package. So you can see that in the catalog or the screenshot. In fact, it is in the screenshot that I have here. You can see the matching framelits. When you buy them together, you get 10% off, so that's kind of cool. We always like to save money, and especially, you know, you're going to want to use them together. And some of the masking techniques that I'm doing today, you could use the framelits for as well. I'll tell you why I'm not using them, but I know a lot of people don't like fussy cutting, so you may want to use the framelits for them. All right, so I'm going to start with the giraffe card. I'm a huge giraffe fan. I don't know if you follow me on my regular personal Facebook page, you'll notice that my photo in there is of a safari that I was on, and I got tongue slapped by a giraffe while I was taking a selfie. It is the funniest picture ever. Yeah, so he was standing behind me, and I was taking a selfie, and he came around next to me, like his face was behind me, and then he just let have it as to like big tongue came right around my face. I was like, ah! Yeah, so it's quite the funny picture. So I have a little thing for giraffes. Love them very much. And this here is a free tutorial, a free PDF that I have for you for that accompanies this class. I have these with all of my classes. These are here to help you. And they have a picture of the product, the projects that we're making today, as well as the measurements on here. Also, there's a URL here that you can use to get back to the resource page of this if you're making these later, or if you want to go back later and see what we did, you can actually use that URL to get back there. And if you have a smartphone, you can actually click on this QR code as well. I also have a complete supply list here. They're there for you. It's free. The link is in this video's description, or go to stampwithtami.com. But the link in the description, it's the same as this link right here. It is there. It is the easy button to find things. If you are on any video of mine, you will be able to get to the resource page simply by clicking on the link in the video's description, or if you have the PDF, by going right to that it has the video on it. We're making the video now, for making the video live, and that live is happening on my blog, and it stays on my blog. It also stays here on Facebook and YouTube. All right, so let's get started with the we're going to start with the giraffe card, and then afterwards we're going to, they both use masking techniques. This one we're going to build the animals together, see how they look like they're one in front of the other. So I'm going to show you how to do that as well. Very fun. Okay, now measurements are on that free PDF, so you can get those there. Oh, Lindsay says this is her favorite in the catalog. It's up there with me too. It's definitely one of my favorites. All right, so what I'm going to do is take the giraffe stamp. Now, I've got this on a block. The ones I'm using on this card are going to be on the block, but the next card we're going to actually use the Stamparatus. And I'm going to pull in some scrap paper. 1, because we're going to stamp off the edge, and 2, because we're going to be using the blendabilities with both cards. And the blendabilities are alcohol markers, which, by the way, I did not have that in the no section. But all the colors that I'm using today, look at all these pretty colors. Oh, it's like a rainbow. These are all now available in the online store. They had sold out for a little while, and we were waiting for our shipment to come in. They are back in online. There is a note that the new colors in the catalog, which are marked in the catalog with the letter N, they're not in yet. but the ones that, the colors that carried over in our core line that the blends were available are. So just the brand new colors are not available. The rest of them are now in the online store. So exciting. So everything I'm using today is now available. All right. Whenever you use these alcohol markers, beautiful markers, so great for blending. You're going to see that. You want to use the Memento black ink. We have 2 black inks right now. They're Stays On black ink for your watercoloring with water, and for just any kind of regular black stamping, generic black stamping. If you're not using any coloring medium, either one will be fine. But if you're using alcohol markers, you need the Memento ink. And there's a scientific reason for that. Somebody can shout out. It has to do with using the other Stays On ink has alcohol in it or something, and you can't, I don't know, alcohol and alcohol don't mix. I don't know. Somebody told me many times, and you'd think I'd remember, but I didn't. I'm sorry. All I know is Memento with alcohol marker, Stays On with everything else. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do is stamp the first giraffe head. This first giraffe head, he's in front of the leaves. The other giraffe is behind the leaves. All right, so now on the leaf image, there's a little frog. I don't want him in our photo. I don't want him photobombing our picture. So I am actually just going to kind of randomly stamp around here. But I'm stamping so that he's not in the photo or in our little picture. And I'm stamping randomly at different lengths and levels. And a little bit, some of it's going to be stamped over each other. And that's totally okay. We're making a little forest here of leaves going around the edge of this card. I'll make them a little bit sparser as we get to the top. Maybe not quite as many. Okay. Now in this little area here, I want to stamp another giraffe, but I don't want those leaves to go through his neck. So he's going to be kind of hanging out in there. So this is a really easy technique. I don't even know that I'm going to stamp. Maybe I will just for a guide here. Stamp a couple of leaves on the sticky side of a Post-it note so that they'll be a little bit sticky. And then, I'm only doing that to use them as a guide. Sometimes I actually just don't even do that, and I just put the Post-it note here because this one's going to be very rough. These do not have to be cut out fancy or anything like that. You don't even have to cut the whole thing out. You really just need this leaf part right here. Just enough for that giraffe neck to fit in there. Okay. All right, so just gonna put him on there like so. And then this giraffe, he's peeking from behind. So he's going to go right up over there. You can make him any height you want. We'll make him a little bit taller than the first giraffe. All right, there. So he's kind of just peeking out there in the background of the jungle. And I feel like maybe we want a little bit more leafage down below him so that he's not a floating head. There. Now I got to blend that. Once you start, you can't stop, right? All right, so next up, we're going to do a little bit of coloring here. So that was just a quick and easy masking job to show, you know, how we got one giraffe in front, one giraffe behind. And then for the giraffes, in my original card, I actually colored these with Stampin' Up markers, just the regular markers, not the alcohol blends. So I'm going to do it. This is going to be slightly different today than what I did on my original. I'm going to start with the 2 daffodils, and this is actually the bronze marker here. And I'm going to use the bronze on the spots of the giraffe. And maybe a little bit of light crumb cake. So I have all of these colors listed on my blog on the supply list, as well as, just make sure you guys can see that okay. I'm just using that to kind of blend the color out a little bit because I want it to be light. As well as, oh my gosh, I just completely drew a blank on what I was going to say. I have these Stampin' Blend colors listed on the blog so that, whoops, a little piece of Post-it note there. I don't know where I was going with that. I totally lost my train of thought. Can somebody help me? Can you help me find my train of thought? Because I just completely lost it. I walked into a room and forgot why I went there. Nah, that never happens to anybody, does it? So I'm using the light Daffodil Delight now. Alright. And then we're just going to take a little bit of the darker, just to highlight a little bit. I personally like to do it this way, but sometimes people would rather highlight first and then use their, use the light to blend it in. I kind of like to do them separate. I like to start coloring and then put a little highlight in and then blend it back. Now the blends work the best when they're wet. So now I'm just blending in those little highlights that I just added. So it's good if you work in small areas. Like it wouldn't be good if I went and colored all the leaves and then came back and tried to blend it, because by then the giraffe would have dried and he wouldn't have blended quite so nicely. Okay. All right, so next up. Right now, I don't know if the alcohol markers are sold in a set. I know they currently are not available as a set because all the colors aren't in yet. And I don't know if when all the colors do come in, if they will be or not. So I apologize for not having that information handy. Okay. So now I'm taking, this is the lighter green from the old olive to color the leaves. Now I am going to go back and forth on this one a little bit. I'm going to take the darker this is the darker old olive, touch a little bit of what I just did, and then go back over it with the lighter. And make sure when you're working here that you have a piece of grid paper or a scrap paper underneath you, because these colors, while you're blending, they're made to be wet, and they literally are made to bleed through. This is intentional, and that's part of the blending part of them. So you always want to make sure you have something underneath you to protect your workspace. Just a heads up there. Don't get caught off guard. You don't want your brand new kitchen table to have bleed through. Use your grid paper. I know I don't have mine out yet, but grid paper is it is your friend. So now I'm just coloring in the leaves here, giving him a little greenage, because he gets hungry and that's what he likes to eat, is leaves, right? And then go back. I'm just going to, again, do the same thing I just did at the top here. Hit up a couple of these, especially these dense areas that I just made, a little forest with the darker. Now here's a little tip. It is okay if you go outside the lines with these leaves, because we're going to fill in a minute the rest of this area with a sponge dauber to really make it foresty. So any sparse areas, we're gonna fix that in just a minute. So don't worry about going outside the edge. If you've made a little dense area here and you kind of fill in some of that, totally fine. All right, so let's finish up that leaf right there. We're all colored in with the markers now. We've got a beautiful leafy jungle going on here with our giraffe friends. Now the last step, actually not the last step because I forgot the words, but we'll do that in a minute. We'll come back to the words in a minute. All right. All right, so here we go. The last step, I'm taking the old olive ink pad. This is a new styling pad and loving them. I'm going to take that and a sponge dauber, and we are just going to go around the edge of the card to fill in the leafy green forest. I'm not going to go all the way down this side here because it looks like they're coming out of the forest here, or they've eaten their way out. But I'm definitely going to go up to kind of fill it in here. And as I'm going up, I'm kind of getting lighter and lighter on the top there too. So kind of, actually, maybe I'll put a little bit more down here. I lied. We're going to go down there a little bit more. And come out, just going a little circular motion here to come out with a little bit lighter color there. So now we've got a beautifully masked edge of leaves around our giraffes. Super, super fun. Okay. So, loving that. Now, I forgot the words. And we definitely want them because together, and I mean this for you guys, together we make a great pair. Without you guys, I would be talking to myself and it would not be that fun. So, you know what? Since I have it in here in the set, I forgot to lay it out on a block. Perfect time to be using the Stamparatus, right? So let's pull that. This is a clear mount rubber. That's what it's called, clear mount rubber. It's rubber, but without, it's unmounted. I'm going to whip out the new Stamparatus. We're going to use this again in a minute anyways. So this is all good. I'm so addicted to this. All right, so there's 2 magnets that come with it. I've kind of just left them on here. There is a storage area for them in the back, but I've left them on there. Now, I want those words to go right over this giraffe's head. So what I'm going to do is line it up exactly where I want it. Close this plate onto it so it's stuck to the plate. I've got the magnets holding down our piece. We're going to ink that up with the same Memento black ink. And boom. It has gone exactly where we wanted it to go. Wonderful. Love this. Love, love, love. Okay. So, and I have, I don't know if you just saw how these magnets are trying to jump together. I have duct tape on them because it was an added protection the very first time I played with it. They were so strong, which you want them to be that strong, but at the same time, they were so strong they jumped together and broke, which happens a lot. So this duct tape kind of protects them, and now that when they jump together, they don't break. So I'm going to, that's a little tip for your Stamparatus. Now I'm taking the chamois, Simply Chamois, that we just started selling, and I'm just wiping that stamp clean. And that stamp can go back in the case, and the Stamparatus is ready for our next card because we are going to need that in a minute. But first, let's finish assembling this one. All right, so we have our super adorable card with our little giraffes. Again, all of these measurements are on the stampwithtami.com blog on that free PDF. And you can download that by clicking on the link in this video's description. Okay. Diane's ready to make the card. All right. Now you know how. Now you know what to do. All right. I'm taking some Stampin' Dimensionals. Just placing those on the back. These little package that I'm using right now are from my paper pumpkin. They always give you extras in the paper pumpkin, so I figure, well, why waste them? May as well use them. Paper pumpkin kits have so many little things in them. Oh, that's cute. Tiffany wants to make a tower of giraffes and make them all look real except one wildly colored giraffe. That's adorable. I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay. So that goes on there. Betty Ann, she's asking if I have something on the back of that stamp to stick it to the Stamparatus. No. If you're having trouble, make sure your Stamparatus plates are clean. Also, a lot of people don't stick this sticker to the back of the stamps, and they say it sticks better. I personally like this sticker, but I don't have problems with it sticking to the Stamparatus. Sometimes a block, and if it's having trouble sticking to a block, I'll put some snail on the back of the stamp. Not a big deal. All right, card number 1. Super adorable. Love them. Oh, you know what? I'm not done. I should be done. I know. But I want to give him a little pink ears. Little pink ears. There. Boom. Now he's done. Our giraffe is complete. All right, so there is giraffe number 1. So cute. Okay, saying stick a little lip balm on the back of the stamp to stick it to the Stamparatus there. Maybe it has chapped lips. There you go. All right, card number 2, Wild About You. How stinking cute is this? So we are definitely going to be doing some masking on this one, and we'll use the Stamparatus to line some of these guys up. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is, so we've used the giraffe stamp already on this card. I'm going to clean it off with that Simply Chamois, because I want him to be good and clean. There we go. Good to go. I want him to be good and clean when we use him. We don't want a dirty giraffe. Nobody wants a dirty giraffe. All right, so let's see where to begin. We are going to begin by stamping our Mr. Kangaroo with a little koala, which signifies adoption, in his little pouch. Adorbs, right? So we've got our Memento black ink pad out there. I'll leave that out so you can see it. And he's going to go slightly to the right, because don't forget there's other animals that are going to be around him. So he looks good. If I'd stamped him with my Stamparatus, I could fix his toe, but we'll just color it in. No one will ever know. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to stamp your Kanga on just a little piece of Post-it note here, and trim him out roughly like I did the other one. And most importantly, it doesn't matter if you do his head, nothing's going near that. You really want to trim out around his butt and tail, because that's the part that's going to need the masking. That is where the rhino is going to go. So the rhino comes next. So what I decided to do is, instead of stamping him with a block, we're going to stamp him with a Stamparatus. So we've got our Stamparatus all ready to go. I'm going to put that down. Make sure our magnets are in there. And then, where do we want this guy to go? He's going to go right about there. So he's hiding, his butt's kind of hiding behind the the kangaroo there. All right. So now we'll attach the plate to the stamp and lift that up, and then ink it up. Oops, and our ink just jumped all over the place, which is all good. Okay. All right, so then we have our rhino. Now before we lift anybody up, we want to go ahead and do our giraffe. So I'm just going to take this plate off. I mean, I can clean him, but I'll clean him in a minute. We have 2 plates, so let's go ahead and just stick. Well, this is a beautiful thing about the Stamparatus, is the double plates. This is one of the perks that you normally don't realize is a perk, and that is the you know what? I'm not going to cut this, but I am going to stick a Post-it note right at the top of this rhino head, and I'm going to put the giraffe down a little bit. There we go. I don't think it'll overlap with his ears, but this way it'll really not show a line where he was. So this is a hidden benefit of the Stamparatus, is that you have 2 plates to use here, so you don't have to clean immediately. And actually each plate has 2 sides, so you can flip the plate over. Oh, that's funny, right? That probably just sold 100 Stamparatuses. That alone, that you didn't have to clean it immediately to reuse it. Okay, so now when I lift up that mask, perfect. Our giraffe is perfectly lined up behind our rhino. And then when we lift up our Kanga mask, our Kanga he's in front. He's in front, the rhino's behind him, giraffe is on top. So, ta-da! Way to stack a bunch of zoo animals. All right, so real quick cleaning on the, just threw that in the sink. Sorry. On the Stamparatus here, just take your chamois. By the way, that chamois is available in my online store. And just wipe that Stamparatus and it's good to go. These plates just kind of lay flat on top. And we will go ahead and wipe off that rhino and all the mess we made all around him too. It comes right off. It's wonderful. By the way, if you guys have your chamois, These are really, this is a really cool tip that somebody told me. The clear melt stamp case, they're available in my online store. And the clear melt stamp case holds that chamois. It's the perfect size for it. So it's wet. It's kind of wet. So it doesn't get your table all wet. And it's a great storage for it. So just a little tip there on your chamois. All right. So we've done our stamping. There you go. Now we are ready to bring in some scrap paper. Again, we're going to be using Stampin' Blends here. So you want some scrap paper underneath, just so that it doesn't bleed through. Just move all that out of my way, and I'm going to bring it in just a hair so you can see what's happening. Maybe I want you to see up close, but at the same time, I don't want you to get dizzy. Okay. So I'm going to bring in my little tray of beautiful colors here. Janet says she just got her ShamWow. Oh, that's what I've been referring to chamois as too. Just love it. All right. It doesn't matter where you start coloring. You know, they're all, it doesn't matter where you go first. I am going to start with our little birdie here. I want him to be blue. In fact, I'm going to actually use the nub tip. There's a brush tip and nub tip for each of these Stampin' Blend markers. So I'm going to, for the very small areas, I do prefer that nub tip. And this is the Bermuda Bay light color that I am using on the bird. Right? Or Pool Party. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Pool Party. My bad. My bad. All right, so I'm going to do his little belly there. I'm going to just blend it, just so he's got a little bit of interest there. And then we're going to take the beak. That's going to be a little pumpkin pie. I probably should have done that with a nub tip too. Okay, so a bird's done. He's all colored. And then the giraffe we're going to do the same way as I colored the giraffe on the previous card. So our giraffes are all going to match. Let me just make sure that you can see him okay. I'm going to pull him down a little bit. All right. So this is the bronze Stampin' Right marker. Again, all of the marker colors are listed on my stampwithtami.com blog for you guys. And then I'm going to take the darker of the crumb cake and blend that spot just a little bit. Give it a little bit of blending. Okay, good to go. All right, next up we've got light daffodil for the giraffe, for his head, for his body. I'm going to hold that up for just a second. I'm going to take the darker Daffodil Delight. Oh, you decorated a color for the chamois case. Even better for the cover of it. That's great. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so now we're just going to blend in the giraffe. Oh, isn't he beautiful? Oh, I love him. I love him. And I've got, this is the light Calypso coral for his ears. Almost forgot that on the last one, but I don't know. I feel like they need a little something. All right, so in no particular order, let's go ahead and do our kangaroo next. Most of the kangaroo is crumb cake and very light. So I'll start with his body, and then I'll show you how I did his pouch, because I wanted it to be really light. I wanted the light crumb cake is like the lightest brown tone that we have, and I wanted the pouch to be even lighter than that color. And I guess you guys are all going to be lefties today. All right. So let's go ahead and do his tail right up into the rhino, because his tail is going right up into the rhino. All right. I'm leaving that light out because I'm leaving them all out, but I'm going to use that one again in just a minute. A little bit of shading on just a touch on a couple of areas here on Kanga. Not too much, because I don't want her to be too dark. And she's got this adorable little baby koala that she's adopted in her little pouch here that I also want to be very, very light. Probably the same. I'm going to use the same color on that one too. Although koala could go gray as well. So I'm just blending in that darker. And then we'll go ahead and I'm going to do koala in the light crumb cake. I love koalas. I really do. They're right up there with a giraffe for me. Okay. Now, I want her pouch to be very light. And this was the lightest of the brown tones. So, here's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take the color lifter. This is almost like an eraser, but it can be used in several different ways. So I'm going to take the color lifter and lift some of that very light crumb cake off the tip and color in around the edge and blend it to give a little bit of color and shading to her pouch, but it's lighter than, it's much lighter than her body, so it really makes it kind of jump out at you. So I'm just lifting with a color lifter off the tip of the crumb cake to get that effect on her pouch. So that is a little tip there. Oh, thank you, Donna. She says she loves the bundle, and she says it's beautiful work. Thank you very, very much. All right. Oh, Carol's got her chamois and her Stamparatus. She is ready to go. Gotta love those guys. All right, so the other thing I wanted to do here with Kanga before we move on to the rhino is take that Calypso coral and do her little ears. And you know what? We'll just do Rhino's ears while we're here. Because we want her to have pink ears too, or him. Either way. And I'm going to take the color lifter and just pull some of that just to blend it so it's a little bit lighter. All right, now for our rhino, he is going to be the smoky slate. And smoky slate, I'm going to start with with the lighter. And color him in just like I did with Kanga in the crumb cake. That sounds like a movie or a band. We could start a band, our own stamping band. Kanga and the crumb cake. Almost sounds like something you'd want to eat. All right. So this is light smoky slate. I want it to be very dramatic in areas, but also a little bit lighter in others. So here's what I'm doing. I'm coloring roughly around most of the outline of the image, but not all of it. Let's leave a little bit of light color in there. And then we'll come and take this color lifter and pull. Oh, Cheryl. She says, I wish the Stampin' Blends were refillable. Actually, they're so inexpensive to buy. They're actually cheaper to buy a new one than I think a refill would be, to be honest with you. All right, so what I've done is I've just blended a little bit with this color lifter, which is going to make the color a little bit softer when I pull it in. At least I hope it is. That was my hope when I did that. And then I'm gonna use the color lifter a little bit more to lift up here in the face and a little bit more in the body. And a little bit more down here. Yeah, the beautiful thing about these Stampin' Blends is that they're so much less expensive than other alcohol markers that are on the market. And really, the price of a refill for them would literally be so much more money than the actual price of buying another marker. If you were to use it that much that you would want a second. You would need to buy a second one. But they last for quite a while. I mean, I haven't gone through a set yet. And this card that I'm making right now, we made 40 of them, I think, for card swaps. I made about 40 of them, so quite a bit. Now I'm taking the darker of the smoky slate to really highlight, really make him pop. And then I'm going to go back with a lighter smoky slate in those couple of areas that I just did that in. Can you see how dramatic this is becoming now on this rhino? He is just popping. Literally just popping. He looks almost three-dimensional here. Buy 2 sets of each color. I don't think you need to do that, Faith. Like I said, I made about 40 of these, and I have my markers are still going strong. I mean, it's not It isn't a huge concern, I guess. If it's a color that you use a lot that you're making thousands of, then you might want a second one. But you would want a second one anyways, because if you made thousands of something, you would want the nubs eventually would wear out. So you would want a second marker. Okay, so I'm doing the same trick here by lifting the color of the lighter smoky slate with the color lifter to get his little tusk going there. All right, so that is our main image. Now the last piece of this image is the ground. In the ground here, I'm going to take some light old olive, and I'm using the same technique that I just did there with that tusk. And I'm gonna I'm actually gonna lay some of this color lifter down below the image. And then I'm going to lift up, because I want this to be really subtle. This is the lighter old olive marker. And I'm using the color lifter to lighten it up even more, because I want it to be really subtle and I want it to blend really good. And that's going to give us our little green shadow below. There we go. And our card is all colored in. And you know what I forgot to do yet a second time? So, I forgot the words again. On this one, our words were wild about you right up here. So let's pull that, because you know why? I cannot get enough of the Stamparatus. No, I really can't. I love this thing so much. All right, so we'll just whip that right back in here so we can play with it again. My little, I might need to go to a Stamparatus 12-step program. Yes, my name is Tami, and I'm a Stamparatus-aholic. All right, so I'm going to take the words from the set that were wild about you, because wild about you. We're going to put that, line it up where we want it, which is right there. Okay. There we go. Just pick up that stamp. Oops. Hey, come back to me, baby. Come back to me. And have that in there tight. All right. And Memento ink. A little black there, because we were using Memento anyways. Now, if I had done the words with the last card, you know how the words, no, it wasn't the word, it was the kangaroo. If I had done the kangaroo with the Stamparatus and it didn't stamp awesomely, I could just restamp it and it would fix that little foot that didn't stamp. That's just, you know, one more reason why I should be using the Stamparatus on everything. All right, D in large, loud, capital letters wants to know when the new colors are available. I posted an update on Facebook. Okay, she is referring to the stamping blends. The stamping blends that I just used, the colors are now available. However, we have some brand new colors that just came out with a new catalog that also are coming out in Stampin' Blends. They were supposed to be in mid-June, and as of the update came in late Friday, they are still in transit. They haven't made it to the warehouse yet, and as soon as they do, Stampin' Up is going to update us. So I put the latest update out there on Facebook, on my blog. We talked about it a little bit at the beginning of this video too. As soon as I hear something, I will get the word out. I know how badly everybody wants them, including me. All right. So again, our little cleaning tip for this is simply chamois. And we are ready to assemble our card. Move our Stamparatus out of the way. Actually, you know what? We're going to do one more little thing to this little guy before we start. And that is, this is the Detail Trio Punch. It's got 3 little corner decorations that you can do here. And one of those decorations is a corner rounder. And that just punch rounds our corners. So I'm only going to do 2 on this card. Opposite corners. You guys are welcome. Thank you. Dorothy saying thank you for the demonstration. I thoroughly enjoyed this card. I love it so much, and I was so excited to do the class. I couldn't wait to share this with you. And this is what I love this part about the blends, and I don't know why it touches me so much. When I always flip it over to put adhesive on the back, because they're blends and they are made to bleed through, you can almost see your image on the back. I love it. I don't know. It's like looking at the back side of a family photo somewhat. It tickles me. So our card is complete. So we have a complete set here, done with the Stampin' Blends and the Animal Outing stamp set from Stampin' Up. So much fun. Dee, you're totally fine. She's like, sorry about the caps. No worries. She wanted to make sure her question got in there. Oh, no worries. I think a lot of people are feeling that way about the blends. They're so excited for the new colors because we love these things, right? They're so cool. All right, so hopefully they'll be in any time now. As soon as they are, I will be posting. I'll post on my blog. I'll post on Facebook. So no matter where you are, you'll be able to see it. And I always have it under the specials page of my blog is where I have updates at all times. All right, so I promised you guys, in addition to making these cards, that I would share some more ideas with you. So this is the Animal Outing stamp set. I'm giving 2 of these away, one in a few minutes at the end of this show, at the end of this class, and a second one on July 3rd for the people watching afterwards. All right, so these are some more great ideas for both the stamp set and the matching bundle, the die set. And here we go. This is a Z fold with a little rhino. So adorable, right? And I love the leaves here, cut with the dies that, actually that might be the leaf punch. They're made from the Dazzling Diamonds glimmer paper. And now here's another one. The rhino is colored with the blends. It's similar, very similar to what we just did here. And this is a great fun card here. I love the colors. And of course, anything in lemon lime twist is good with me. And here's another one. Now I have most, but not all of these samples will be on my blog on the resource page of this video. So if you want to see another one up close and personal, you don't even have to take a screenshot. You can just click on the video and you'll be able to see them there. So that's another little perk. I've started trying to add, if I have extra ideas for you guys, I'll try to add them in with my daily blog posts. So here's some more here, just to give you some more inspiration for a stamp set. Because that's the one thing once you've bought a stamp set, made everything you can think of, or made the ones that you wanted to make, you're like, what else can I do with it? I want to get the most mileage out of it. What can I do with it? I love this one with the stitch circle and the circle, scallop circle behind it. Thank you, big time. And it's got like the leaf on the background. So fun. Just very, very fun there. Okay. And then here's another one. These were actually swaps from our new catalog demonstrator swap that we had done. Linda and I did it live. These are our cards from that. I always love a good card swap. So again, he's colored with the Stampin' Blends. The rhino's colored with the Stampin' Blends there. Here's another one with my giraffe friend. Gotta love that giraffe. And then I have one more to share with you guys. Again, you'll find most of these samples on my blog, and this one is a pull-out card, actually. This is folded over, and then it's cornered here with a corner rounder. I don't know if you can see that, to make it almost look like an envelope. But this pulls out, your inside flap pulls out, and that is super fun. All right, so those are some great additional ideas made with this Animal Outing stamp set, along with the 2 cards that we made, and you'll find the free PDF on the blog, which means it is time for giveaways. And I have a few. So I've got Tranquil Tulips, Lovely Wishes, and the complete Animal Outing bundle to give away free right now, live. If you don't win, or if you're not able to watch live, you're watching the after live, still leave a comment, because you will be entered to win a complete Animal Outing bundle in my after live drawing. Okay, so let's jump right over to that, and we will do some giveaways. All right, so Casey won our early bird drawing, and our first winner will be for the Tranquil Tulip stamp set. And that one goes to, oh, lots of hearts. I love you guys right back. So much. So much. You guys are my favorite things. All right. Oh, I've got 2 winners on here. So we've got 1 Tranquil Tulips and 1 Lovely Wishes. Kathy Sanford, Tranquil Tulips is on top, and your name came first. So Tranquil Tulips belongs to you. And Joanne Walsh is the Lovely Wishes winner. So, ladies, be sure to fill out the prize claim form. And 1 more winner for the grand prize of the live, which is the Animal Outing bundle. And that one goes to, good luck, everybody. Jennifer Diedrich. Congratulations, Jennifer. You just won the Animal Outing stamp set and Animal Friends dies, the full bundle. Now, if you weren't one of our lucky winners, don't fret because you still have a chance. If you were one of our lucky winners, be sure to fill out that prize claim form. There is a link in this video's description. And wait for it. If you weren't a winner, here's your chance. Leave a comment and you will be entered to win my Afterlife drawing on July 3rd. And that it is for the complete bundle, which is the Animal Outing stamp set and the Animal Friends dies that coordinate together. And, oh, what else was I going to tell you? Oh my gosh, that's the second time I walked into a room and forgot why I walked in there. Well, anyways, that has brought us to the end of our video today. So, oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you is if you share this video onto a social media platform and type the word shared into the original video, I will enter you a second time into that Afterlife drawing. So bonus on that one. All right. Saturday is the next online class. This is Blog Hop Week with my group, my Stamp It group. We're doing a patriotic summer theme. So, I have been working on a card that I am so excited to share with you guys. I think you are going to love it. I'm just over the top about this. I can't wait. I'm just about done with it, but the possibilities are so exciting. So I think you're really going to enjoy it. That will be Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be posting videos and scheduling it ahead of time, so you'll have it up there. I will not be on Friday. It'll be Saturday morning, and then you'll be able to take the Blog Hop tour after. Excellent, and we will see as soon as these blends come in. I will let you guys know, and I will be back on live on Saturday. Thanks for joining me today.